Joining us now is Emmanuel Efeni, a Rise News analyst, for today's headlines in our newspapers. Good morning, Mr. Efeni. How are you?
Good morning, Leila. Good morning, Ruben. Let's start with this day newspapers. The lead story, Buhari shuts Kano for 2 weeks. Eases restrictions on Lagos, others Monday. Imposes nationwide curfew, ban non-essential interstate travels, social and religious gatherings, makes use of face mask compulsory. Says governors can adopt measures to suit states. COVID-19 cases climb to 1,337, with 255 discharged, 40 deaths. Yes, the president's speech yesterday, but if we just look at how Punch newspaper is also reporting it, Buhari declares interstate lockdown as nationwide curfew begins Monday. Shuts down Kano for 2 weeks. OK's extension in Lagos, Ogun, and FCT. Yes, all the Nigerian newspapers have the Buhari speech as their lead story, responding to perhaps a number of stakeholders taking into consideration the various contributions, including some suggestions from the morning show, if I may add. The president ticked some of the boxes as expected. Restrictions will be relaxed from next Monday, which means lockdown extended in Lagos, Ogun, and FCT for another 1 week. And the fact that the interstate movement, lockdown on interstate movement, as suggested by the Governors Forum, adopted by President Buhari, and he made a pronouncement on that also. But each state, perhaps, will have to decide how they relax the lockdowns, because many states were already on lockdown anyway. And the governors will have the powers, and of course, to take care of how they go about the relaxation, because fighting infectious disease at the subnational level is actually the function of the state governors.
Certainly.
So, well, I mean, before you came on the program, we took the same topic in the headlines. And I said the relevant question would be, well, does the president's speech, does it meet people's expectations? And people, you know, Nigerians have expressed a number of concerns. Earlier on, I had done a review, a structural review, and a content review of the speech. But maybe this is the appropriate time to add a number of additional points. Now, in terms of expectations, many Nigerians, from the reactions that I have seen, expected that the president will make some statements about palliatives.
Yes, I've heard that too.
Because this has been very controversial. Many Nigerians think that the palliatives have not gone far enough, and that the palliatives that have been proposed have not been well managed enough by the various agencies of government involved in the management of palliatives. Second, many Nigerians also thought that in terms of content, maybe the president should also have made certain definitive statements about the healthcare system in the country. Now, that was not in the speech. Now, they thought that, the president also talking about easing restrictions will make some statements also about international flights. Now, if we're banning interstate travel, which is a suggestion from the Nigerian Governors Forum,
yes,
which the president, accepted. Okay, how about flights into and out of the country? And then the speech also did not say anything about the economy. Now, as I said earlier, in the first part of the speech, the president gave a situation report, and there was a bit of empathy in that first part, in terms of his expression of condolences with persons that they have lost their loved ones. But there was also a bit of self-congratulation, because he was also saying that the closure of the borders and many of the other measures that have been taken by government have worked. But the empathy is fine. The self-congratulation, many people may also not agree with that.
Well, is it self-congratulation really? He was only saying that those measures, because the number of cases after we closed the border were mainly either community infection or Nigerians who are returning home. So to that extent, I think he was only saying...
Well, I call it self-congratulation also because, I mean, as part of the responses to that speech, some people are saying, look, the closure of the border has not really helped us, you know. So people have all kinds of opinions. But what government is trying to do is to ease the lockdown. And I hope, you know, and I think that we should be very cautious how we go about it. That the president has protected himself. First, it was paragraph 39 in the draft that escaped. Second, it was paragraph 42 in the original copy that eventually came out. I don't know how that kind of confusion could have happened. He has said every state should on its own look at its own circumstances. So whoever wrote that speech has protected the president. Nobody is going to blame the president subsequently. If you are governor of Ogun State, if you think that by May 4, Ogun State is not safe enough, you have the freedom to say the lockdown will continue here. So, and I think that that's a very brilliant tactical move.
Yes, certainly, especially with interstate travel now. I mean, that's the only way, really and truly, that you can get a hold of things. The proper practice of federalism. Let states take control.
There was an unresolved question. Was COVID-19 travel at night? Because of the curfew. In fact, from 8 p.m. to
Ruben,
6 a.m.
that was the question I wanted to address right away. Now, persons have questioned the use of that curfew. But in a situation where you have banned interstate travel, I know some of our brothers who like night travel. I think it is to also checkmate that. Because if they know business is happening in Lagos, they will want to travel in the night to come and do that business. So that is the essence of the curfew.
Security enforcement.
Yes. So security agents should enforce that curfew. Nobody moves in the night, whether interstate or within the states.
But then, to be honest with you, I think the government should also use that as an opportunity for other things. I brought this up many times. For example, Loma as an agency, I believe that when we're asleep in the night, that is when sweepers should be on the road doing their job, not when cars are out in the morning. So quite frankly, I believe it can be made to work efficiently if we go about it in the right way. I don't think the curfew is a big problem.
In any case, Efeni, you made a point about enforcement.
Yes.
If you don't enforce all of this, then nothing will happen.
Yeah.
And if you look around Lagos as an example,
exactly,
I think that the various security agencies, they are war-weary. I see a lot of people on the roads.
There are a lot of people on the roads now.
What are they doing on the road?
Yeah.
Nobody is enforcing this. People are playing football by the roadside. Very early in the morning, you see people on 3rd Mainland Bridge trekking from one end of the bridge to the other.
And a lot of checkpoints have gone.
I sympathize with them. I say it's good exercise. You know, maybe at the end of this COVID-19, a lot of people will shed weight.
Yes.
But where are they going to? If they are not offering essential services, people cannot be going about like smallpox.
But that's the thing.
And that's why you have the security agencies.
Yes, I think we need to do more of enforcement.
But to be honest with you, I spoke to a police officer who literally said, and I quote, he said, "We are also people and we also understand. And that is why we have taken decisions to be more lax, because we understand." That is the reality of Nigeria. The police too actually understand that there are a lot of people that need to get out to go and eat for the day.
Yeah, but if they have a job to do, let them do their job.
I know, but
yes.
if they're not provided with the right welfare, they're not going to be in a position to understand.
I
agree with you. I agree with you, but it's a problem of the system.
Enforce the law.
I agree, but it's a problem of the system.
Can we just look at one foreign newspaper?
Yes.
Daily Express. If we look at the Daily Express, yes, Boris Johnson returned to work yesterday saying that, look, we have made a lot of sacrifice. This is not the time to take risk. But today, in memory of their sacrifice, yes, those who lost their life, at 11 a.m. today, the Prime Minister will lead the UK nation in silence, in remembrance of all those who have lost their lives to the coronavirus pandemic.
Well,
So,
I think that's perfectly in order. And in the UK, I think it's the Daily Mirror who has been leading the campaign that the heroes of COVID-19 should be honored by the state. And of course, every Thursday, the people of the United Kingdom, they applaud the heroes, the frontline health workers, including Captain Tom, right?
Yes.
Who raised over $25 billion. And there's a young man also who is also raising funds. And I hope that we'll learn a lesson from that here in Nigeria, so that at the end of the day, when a proper accounting is done, we will identify the heroes and the villains of the COVID-19 situation in Nigeria. Because definitely, there will be heroes
and definitely there will be villains.
Yes.
Mr. Efeni, thank you very much.
When that time comes, I will ask you to identify some of the villains.
I will.
Mr. Efeni, thank you for the newspaper headlines. We'll see you tomorrow.